Great Monday morning. Hope you guys are doing well. It is Monday. The start of our immersion sales training class starts today out here in Tyler, Texas. That's where I'm at. That's where I've been the last week. That's where I'll be this week as we get this class going this morning here in about another 45 minutes. But of course, man, it's 15 minutes to mastery. So I am here with you to share a little bit of just startup, some pep in your step, some motivation, and some just pointers that have to do with the manufactured home sales industry, because that is what we love to do, it isn't it? So, hey, today's quote is from Vince Lombardi. It says, "The quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to their commitment to excellence, regardless of their chosen field or endeavor." So the quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to their commitment to excellence. What is your commitment to excellence? Do you even have a commitment to excellence, or are you just getting by? Do you just do enough? Do you just want to, get the job done to where nobody's on your back about something, or maybe even they are? You know whether or not you're truly committed to excellence. But Vince Lombardi, a Super Bowl winning coach, a great coach, right there puts it very clearly. The quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to their commitment to excellence. So how so? What does that mean? Well, think about it, guys. Think about what is, not just at work, but just in life in general. What is your commitment to excellence? How do you maintain your household? How do you maintain your vehicles? How do you maintain just everything about you? Are you committed to excellence, or is it just, man, whatever it may be, it may be? Well, then that is what affects how the rest of your life goes. That's how things either work in your favor or they don't. Right? And people tend to think that if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. Well, yeah, that's not really true. That's more of a lazy way of looking at it, so that you don't have to step up and actually commit yourself to excellence. Because if you committed to excellence, then everything that you do would be with the best of intentions, the best of purpose, and you would be mindful of everything that goes on in it, right? And it's never been more clear to me than right now in getting this business started, in the different facets of what goes on in business, to how committed I need to be to the excellence within my business, within the way I handle my business and my life. And you know what? Sometimes some things have to be put on the back burner, right? Because I've got to make sure that things are going the way they should. And even still, on top of that, I'm so dedicated to it, and things fall between the cracks. Now imagine if I wasn't committed to excellence, how bad would it be? It probably would have just given up 2 months into this thing. And that's why most people do end up giving up on things, because they feel it's not working in their favor. But it's not working in their favor because you're not committed to excellence. So I ask you, when it comes to manufactured home sales, how committed are you to excellence, right? And there's a lot of things that we could discuss as far as just being committed to excellence. And we're going to take it day by day, piece by piece, right? In conjunction with what we teach during each day of the week in sales mastery. So today, day one is all about the psychology of manufactured home sales. How does the business work? How does it affect you up here? How can what can you expect out of this business? Well, I'll tell you right now, this business is a very, very lucrative opportunity. It's not a guarantee, it's an opportunity. As long as you make the most of it, you will do great within the business. And that takes different things to do great in this business. But if you commit to excellence and you do those things, you're going to experience life-changing results in this, right? Now, as far as what to expect in this business, the reason I tell you need to be prepared for it is because even though, yes, you can make multiple six figures, you can make $150,000, $200,000, $300,000 as a housing consultant. You can, definitely, it's possible. I've had plenty of salespeople that do that. I've known plenty of people that do that. But in order to reach that, okay, this business is a numbers game. So you got to deal with a whole bunch of people in order to get to that point. So that means that there's a whole bunch of rejection along the way as well. There's a whole bunch of people hanging up on you, cussing you out, just disappearing on you, flaking out on you, because that's what happens in this business. So are you set up mentally? Are you prepared to deal with that? right? That level of commitment takes you being fully engaged to be able to understand that, one, I'm going to have to deal with a whole bunch of BS, right? Two, it's going to take a little bit of time before I start seeing some real money, right? If you're coming into this and you're needing to, I have to make $20,000 a month my first month, it's probably not going to happen. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm telling you, it's probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be at least 3 or 4 months before you start seeing consistent commissions coming in, right? Because you got to build a pipeline, and we're talking about houses here. So unless you've got homes to sell that are available, ready to deliver, and you can get it sold, closed, and delivered in the first 30 days, you're probably not going to see regular commissions for the first 3 to 4 months. So are you mentally prepared for that? A lot of people are not. So many different housing consultants that I have dealt with over the years that were part of my sales teams that didn't make it. The main reason was that because of the time it takes to start making the regular commissions, right? And now that was on me because I didn't fully train them to be able to get on a fast start. That's the other thing is, what kind of training are you receiving? That's why we put this immersion sales training program together to give you 1 week full of training, everything from A to Z, 8-hour days where we're going through everything that has to do with this business to be able to set you up so that you don't take 3 or 4 months to start seeing regular paychecks. We're talking about with this deal, you're back at the office and you're getting those regular commissions starting from day 45, day 60 on. We still got to build a little bit of pipeline, but you're that much further along. But I tell you right now, you have to be mentally prepared for the time that it takes to start getting paid. Okay. You have to be prepared for having to deal with people and their rejections and their excuses and their lies, everything that comes along with it, right? You're going to sell some houses. You're going to take new business, and then the people are going to fight you the whole way through. That's how I best describe it. They fight you the whole way through, not because they don't want the house. They want the house. They are just scared out of their mind as far as the whole process of it. The commitment of 20, 25, 30 years, it freaks them out, right? Think about it. You can have somebody that walks in your doors in a beautiful vehicle, whether it's car, truck, SUV, and they're paying $1,400, $1,500, $1,600 a month on that vehicle, but yet they will not pay that much for a home. Why is it? It's not because it's not because of anything except for the fact that they're afraid of the commitment. Because you see on that vehicle, 2 things. One, they get to drive off the lot with it right then and there. So that whole impulse purchase, right? It becomes a reality because they're there, they sign the papers, they get to drive off with it. With us, they're there, they sign with some papers, but then there's a process we got to do before we even close and before the house is even delivered. So there's so much time that goes into this. So how committed are you to this business to have to deal with it, to be able to deal with that and see this thing all the way through? But it can be done. It is done. It's done daily in this business. It's done every year. There's hundreds of thousands of housing consultants who make $200,000, $300,000 a year, and that can be you as well, as long as you're set up for that, right? But what I'm getting at is they're okay with that car payment because it's only 5, 6, 7 years maybe, whereas the house is 20, 25, 30 years. Right. And that's a long-term commitment. They just, they don't see the fact that the car, well, if I'm, 5 years from now, I'm probably not going to have it. I'm going to trade it in. I'm going to get rid of it. But the house, and so they start fighting you the whole way through. You have to drag them across the finish line a lot of times. Are you ready for that? Right. And you will be, as long as you have something in place, and that's what I like to refer to as respect cubed. You got 3 levels of respect, 3 things that you must fully respect in order to be able to deal with this business and be able to deal with the way that the business goes with these customers. One, you must respect yourself. You got to respect yourself. You got to respect your time. You can't just be that salesperson that is going to be going back and forth and all of these things, because they are going to take advantage of you. And then at the end of the day, most likely also going to drop you, right? So you got to respect yourself as a professional consultant. Second, you got to respect your company you work for, right? Make sure that you're taking care of the things around you. Make sure you're taking care of the product that you display. Make sure you're taking care of the marketing, everything that has to do with that company that you work for. You need to respect that company with regards to that. So you respect yourself, respect your company. And lastly, you got to respect the product. That's probably where I see most housing consultants that they need some help with, is respecting the product. And what do I mean by that is, I mean, taking the time to learn your craft, learn your product, learn the construction, learn the warranties, learn the whole idea, the concept behind manufactured housing, and don't look at it as an inferior product. You cannot look at this as an inferior product, because the minute you do that, you just lost value within the customer's eyes, because your presentation is going to come across that way, because everything that you do is going to come across with that lack of respect for the product that you sell. So how do you expect that customer sitting in front of you to decide to commit to you, to decide to move forward with you, to decide to pay the monthly payment that you're asking them to pay, if you're not respecting the product yourself? Don't sell your values. All right. Because every home out there, no matter how basic the home is something that those families need. So you need to respect that. Respect yourself, respect the business. Respect yourself, respect your company, and respect the product. You do those things, and you enhance your level of commitment, and you decide to go all in on this. Don't tiptoe in the water. Jump right in. Go all in. Burn the boats. No other option. Give yourself a full year of just this, and commit yourself to training and learning. And I promise you, you will have a very, very lucrative career in this business, no matter the interest rates, no matter the market, because there's always people buying. Right now, we just need to search for them a little bit harder. And that's what I've been working with these teams up here in East Texas. And we're going to dive into some more of that tomorrow when we get into the marketing. And I'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow on our 15 Minutes to Mastery. But for right now, you guys have a great week. Get off to a fast start this Monday. And I'm excited to get started with this immersion sales training class here in Tyler, Texas. Sorry, there goes my phone. You guys have a great week. We'll be talking soon. I can't wait to meet you. Oh, hey, by the way, our next class is December 11th through the 15th in San Antonio. Check the website, manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com. Got all the information on the class there. You can get early bird pricing through the end of this week, through the end of the class this week. You can get a discount of $500 on the class. Go get signed up. We've got financing available as well. All the details are on the website. It's at manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com. You guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.